Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? We are going to keep learning about the 4 seasons, and we learned about winter yesterday, which means today we're going to be learning about spring. Today is a perfect day to be learning about spring because it's a little bit rainy, and spring is known for how much rain we get. So let's take a look at a few things. So the first thing that we think of when we think of spring is new life. Winter is over. Trees and flowers are blooming. We get nice and green leaves back on our trees. Flowers are blooming. Animals that were in hibernation, like bears, come out of hibernation and have their babies. Okay, new life is happening all over in spring. Another thing that we think about are longer days. So as we on Earth move closer to the sun, our days get longer, the weather gets warmer, winter is over, and we get closer and closer to the sun, making our days even longer. But when we really think of spring, we have to also think about rain. There's always a lot of rain in the springtime, and that actually helps with the new life with flowers a lot of the time. But let's look at the cycle of rain, and we call this the water cycle. So we're going to learn a few kind of big scientific words today, but I think you're going to like it. All right, so we start up here by talking about evaporation. Can you all say evaporation? I know that's kind of a big word. So evaporation is when the sun gets some water from standing water like lakes or rivers or oceans, and even from the ground. Water particles go up into the atmosphere from the sun. Again, that's called evaporation. After evaporation, there's lots of moisture and water particles in the sky, and that leads to condensation. Can you say that? Condensation. Very good. All that moisture in the air creates some clouds in the sky through condensation. With all the clouds in the sky, those clouds are filled with moisture, and eventually they release, and it starts to rain. And we call that precipitation. Can you guys say that? Precipitation. That's just a fancy scientific word for rain. So the rain falls down, and sometimes rain gets on us, or our cars, or outside. But rain also falls into water, like lakes, rivers, oceans, and the ground. And so all that extra water is collected, and we call that collection. Can we say collection? Very good. So all that water is collected in bigger bodies of water and the ground, and that brings us back to the beginning, evaporation. All that extra water is evaporated into the sky. All right, so that is a little bit about our water cycle. I'll be sending out a little bit more information about rain and spring in the letter today, as well as some spring crafts that you can do at home on this rainy day today. All right, so have a wonderful rest of your day, and see you later. Bye-bye.